First mini lesson of 2017, let's do it. Today's lesson is not about money or finance or trading. Today it applies for everyone. This particular teaching applies to every single human being on the planet, in every vocation, in every career, in everything. It will make your life better. And I want to teach it at the very start of this year, because I know if you can take this understanding and use it in 2017 and beyond, your life will be better from here on out. This particular lesson is about being trapped between a rock and a hard place. You've heard the saying, I feel trapped between a rock and a hard place. Basically it means you're damned if you do something and you're damned if you don't do that thing. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, you're fucked either way. And that is the source of all the fuckery. And maybe you want to write that down or commit it to memory. When you're trapped between a rock and a hard place, that situation is the source of all your fuckery in life. And it applies in every area of life. Take the job. This is a real common one. I fucking hate my job. I'm uninspired and unfulfilled there, but if I quit, I'm broke. Relationships, intimate relationships. I'm sick of this bitch. I hate my relationship. I'm uninspired and unfulfilled, but if I quit, then I'll be lonely and I'll have no one to help me and do my stuff. Or maybe you're sick of your asshole husband who bullies you around and treats you like shit. You want to quit, you want to get out of the relationship, but you vowed to be with him until death do you part. Business. I'm really inspired to go and do this business, but if I tell people I'm going to do it and then I don't succeed, they're going to judge me, they're going to wail on me, it's going to be embarrassing. Addiction and alcoholism. I don't want to drink anymore, it's killing me, but I can't deal with my life right now. I have to do an escape, I have to drink. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Most all of the fuckery that you're experiencing right now is because you've positioned yourself in between a rock and a hard place. And here's what no one is telling you. This hard place is not real, it's in your head. It's a mental construct cooked up by your fears and fantasies, expectations and attachments, subordinations and self-minimizations. The rocks are very real. You can have real world challenge from the outside world. I do this in coaching. Every single week I take coaching clients through it. I say, what's your biggest challenges? What are your rocks? And because of my particular niche and my particular area of expertise, it's quite often the job one. I fucking hate my job. I'm unfulfilled and uninspired by my job. So quit. Having a shitty job and working with dense morons that challenge your values, that could be a real world challenge. That's a real world rock coming at you. But what happens when you see a rock coming at you? You fucking move. You get out of there. You get out of the way. Let it move on. But if you're running a fear pattern that if you quit the job you're going to be broke and end up homeless and live under a bridge, then that locks your feet down. You can't move. The fear is your hard place. Life is filled with challenge. Life is filled with rocks coming at you. You'll never escape this. While you're alive, you'll never escape challenges. Nor do you want to. Why would you want that? The challenges in life is the things that make you grow. It keeps you nimble, it keeps you on your toes, it keeps things exciting. If you don't have a challenge, you'll die. One of my mentors once told me, if you wake up some morning and you don't have a challenge and you don't have a problem on your hands, you better get down on your knees and pray for one, because if you don't have a problem and a challenge to solve, you'll die. If you wake up and look around, there's no more challenges, you've probably returned to the soul state. You're probably fucking dead. And I don't judge death either. There's benefits and drawbacks to that too. But you want to have challenge. Think of life's challenges that come at you like rocks. They're always going to be there. To live in a fantasy land that someday you'll get to a point where you have no more challenge, you're deluded. Rather than living in la-la land and hoping that everything will just go away and stop challenging you, why is it to learn to dance with the rocks? Start to be present and grounded and look for them coming. Learn to be a problem solver. Learn to be nimble on your feet. Fucking dance around the rocks. When you're nimble and you can deal with challenge, you have an empowered life. And in my experience, these are the 6 primary things that if you're holding on to them, they're going to keep you locked down, battered by the challenges of life. An example, relationships are a big one. And this year, Robert and I are going to release a relationship program that I think is going to change the fucking world. A lot of people have fantasy expectations about relationships. They expect that they're going to find someone that just supports and supports and supports and caters to them and blows smoke up their ass all day long and cooks and cleans and does everything. And of course, it's easy to find a person who'll do that for a short period of time. And then what you'll do is you go and get infatuated with them and you'll self-minimize and you'll fall in love with them. So it starts out with a fantasy, then it turns into a self-minimization. Then what you'll do is you go and get married and you'll subordinate to a cultural tradition. And then you'll go and make a vow to some guy in the sky that you'll never fucking leave the person until death do you part. You're locked in there, and then that's the definition of a hard place. You're locked. And for many people, they have to subordinate because they were told since they were a young age, if you fuck with the marital vows or the sacred union or the other rules, you're going to have a hot time in the afterlife. So now that you've found your fantasy match, you've self-minimized and fallen in love with them, you've subordinated to the tradition and got married to them based on fear, now you have an expectation for how it should go. And of course, 9 times out of 10, the expectation and attachment in a relationship is that your partner is going to be always kind, never cruel, always nice, never mean. And thou shalt never flirt with or fuck anyone else. That's fucking crazy. People are going to do what they're going to do. People are going to do what supports their values more than challenges them. If you're empowered and your partner's getting a good deal with you, they won't leave. If you don't have much to offer them and they find someone else who can offer them more, they're going to go with that. Why would you not want them to go with that? It means you don't love them. It means you're infatuated with them and you've got a control over them and you want to lock them down. It's expectation and attachment. Could you imagine seeing that and how disempowering that would be to enforce that? I can see you're getting a much better deal with this guy. He's treating you better. He's more empowered. You're going to have a more inspired life, but stay with me because you did a vow. Fuck, come on. That's ridiculously disempowering. Go and empower yourself. Give them a good deal. They won't leave. And then go and educate yourselves about the realities of the universe and open up a line of communication to say, hey, if you get infatuated with an Instagram model like what Lewis does every fucking week, you can just talk about it. And the risk of cheating or someone doing an affair, it's gone. If you break these, there is no risk of that because you're not attached to the outcome. And then no one's doing a shady behind-the-scenes job. No one's sending the cheeky dick pics without telling the girlfriend because they don't have a fear that the girlfriend's not going to love them anymore. These 6 things in every area of your life lock you down. They lock your feet down. They stop you from being nimble. They stop you from being able to deal with challenges. The challenges are the rocks. They're coming at you. They're never going to stop coming at you. That's a constant. You'll never escape that. You have 2 choices. Break this shit or get hit. If you break them, you'll dance like a motherfucker. You have the rocks and you'll be dancing and you'll be avoiding the rocks and you'll have a bloody good time and you'll have an empowered life. If you don't, you're going to have a mutt of a life. Because these are mental constructs that create your hard place. Basically, the rocks are coming, you set up your hard place, I'm not moving, I'm just going to get hit. You'll get fucking hit. And when you do, you are going to get some emotional feedback responses from your autonomic nervous system to say, hey guy, you are hanging on to 1 or more of these 6 fucking things. Here's a brief list of them. My mentor calls them the ABCs of negativity. It goes a bit beyond A, B, and C to be fair, but take a screenshot of this, probably a good idea. And these are feedback responses. Your body, in its infinite wisdom, gives you these as a strategy to say, you're not going with the flow, you've got this fuckery. Cause, effect. Get this. This isn't anything to be treated. You don't need a fucking tablet to deal with your depression. If you've got the depression, say, thank you, body, for giving me this depression. It's an alert, it's a sign, it's a symptom to say, I'm holding on to 1 or more of these 6 things. Depression, when you feel it coming on, it's just a sign that you're comparing your current reality to a fantasy or an expectation or attachment that's not being met. Anger and aggression is a comparison of your current reality, the things that are actually happening that you think cause your anger. Really, it's the reality compared to an expectation of what you think should have happened. And so often I see when people are holding on to these mental constructs and their feet are locked, they can't be nimble, they're holding on to them, they want to do an exit and an escape. For some people, they don't want to deal with their life, so they go and bury themselves in TV shows or video games. For other people, it's they want to get drunk or they want to get on the drugs, they want to escape sobriety. Others want to bail out of the country, want to leave the country and go to some other place or be around some other people. If they think that these won't follow them, they will. And some who feel really, 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 really trapped, they want to escape from life. They want to punch their own ticket. And that's just a symptom of this. So the obvious question remains, how do you actually break all 6 of these things in a step-by-step, replicatable, scientific form? And the answer to which is, that's what I'm doing this year. That's what I'm building my education around, to help empower people liberate themselves from this. Get them dancing. It's not going to be easy for me to write and build and create and test. It's not going to be easy for the end user to actually do it. It's going to take some work. But I know in my heart, with 100% certainty, this is going to change the way people do life. It's going to be beneficial. I'm going to have all of this education on my own site. I'm going to have a full learning management system. The site is going to be created under my mission here on Earth, which is to teach, share, inspire, guide. I'm going to have different courses and classes and teachings and online workshops and weekend boot camps. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a big year. And of course, Snapchat here is my favorite form of communication with my people. So when it's ready, when I have something to share with you guys and show you guys, you'll be the first to know about it. Oh my God, Snap, I really take a look at this. This is a pesto gnocchi. This is a bread. This is a balsamic and olive oil. Reddo. Excuse me. I'm very infatuated with you. I'm keen to subordinate to a cultural tradition to a marriage. Sure, good, babe. I'm gonna lock you down. Don't go anywhere.